Looking dapper. Word of our community's acclaim spreads.
Hey, Shen. Hello, Derp chat. Good time to show up because this is kind of a derp colony. Really, to be perfectly honest, you're gonna fit in fine. How you all doing, guys? I love your new emotes, Shen. How long have you had those? I saw you using them recently in Cringer streams, but they look so good. Obviously, goes without saying, present the tea, you know, lay it out nice and welcoming like. Also the coffee, because you know it is Shen's chat. Oh, hey everyone! Hope you all had a good time. What were you playing, Shen? What game are you joining from? Is it still Surviving Mars that you're playing? Oh, Scallywags. I really do need that cooler rather sooner than later, please. Time for a tea party, indeed. We need scones to go with the tea. Yeah, that's true. Oh, I love the ferret emote, Jen. It's so good. Jen was playing Stellaris. Aha. Wow, thank you so much, Weird Alchemist. And to thanks also to Statistics, whose cheer I missed in all of the great fun times. Aavak, once a dub they level up in one of the jobs, the bonus from the job will be permanent bonus. Then they don't need to be assigned to the job to do that specific task anymore. Like if a miner gets 100% in the first rank, then he can mine that tier rock even if they're not assigned. Oh, that's awesome. So, alright, okay. That makes a lot of sense. Brilliant. But yeah, seeing all of Shen's amazing emotes has prompted me to get on and get more emotes done. Right, we do need, yeah, thank you. More noms. More noms are necessary, guys. Like, really badly. I'm just gonna let them do their own thing for a little bit though, because there's a few jobs more for them to take care of, but oh my lord, so good. Sheilab is very generous with her garnishes. It's like entire shortbread biscuits. Next emote, milkshake of love, please. It's a good idea, actually. Alright. All seeds should be in there. Fertilizer should be in there. Consumable oil should be in there. Polluted dirt shouldn't be, I feel. We're going to build a special storage down here for the polluted dirt. Probably want slime in there as well. Slowly getting the airflow tile set up. Honestly though, I think it's probably time for another duplicant. We need more hands on deck. Oh, someone who's good with art. And decent at farming, actually. And germ resistant, which is probably good. Loud sleeper though. I think Ada is probably going to be the first duplicant to get their own room. You're actually pretty good though. Another ugly crier. Mouth breather and flatulent. Wow. Now we're going to go with Ada. Okay then. Well, Apple Fumble has been trying to get a name for a while. So there we go. Apple Fumble. Welcome to the colony. Donk. I'm going to have to make you your own private room. I guess this would be okay for your private room. Thinking about it. Sure, we'll pop that in there. You can have a bed there. Little door on this side. We're in space, not underground. Well, I mean, we're on a meteor. Or an asteroid. Or something like that. We don't know, really. We just know that we're in this weird place. Right. I want this to have polluted dirt. That's about it. How close are we to researching that? Okay, good. We're not that far off. Right, job-wise, what do we want you doing? I'm going to say an art student, actually. Well, do we really need an art student yet? Yeah, you can be an art student for now. You get your own room too? Yeah, because you snore really badly, and you're going to basically annoy everyone else. It is what it is, I'm afraid. Why? Oh, I see. The jobs declare. Why are the doors? I have no idea why that's the way it is, but okay. Huh. I don't know. Maybe they break eventually. I mean, I'm okay with having the doors be a low priority, though. Seems to make sense in a way, but no idea. There you go. 601 kilos of water. Got no... Oh, fine. Okay, just make all of the food you can. There we go. Oh, it still goes through the walls? Wow, that's a bit harsh. Oh well. It's not bothering anyone else. You're well outside the range to bother them, so that's fine. This one I'm going to have as a higher priority. I'm going to make that a 6 priority. Because if there is polluted dirt, I want that cleaned up quickly. And I wish I had someone to put the polluted water, but at the moment I do not, which is a bit of a shame. Let's just get the rest of this room sorted, though. Let's have a look at the germs. There's a bunch of germs down here, but it's not awful, I guess. Generally, actually, the colony's doing quite well for germs. If we breach over here, it's going to be awful, but it's not bad so far. I'll be honest, I'm reasonably impressed, actually. Reasonably impressed. There we go. That's what we needed. Right. We want a hydro fan. Dispenses a small amount of heat, actually. Sure, let's go ahead and plonk the hydro fan over here. I would also like a compactor over here, just so that we can get seeds and things in there specifically. Then in fact, I'm going to take seeds off over here and also agriculture. Let's copy those settings to all of them.
Looking dapper.
Chris, a Dragon Senpai just got gifted a sub by Weird Alchemist. Thank you so much. And welcome, Chris. This place will cave in just by Apple Fumble snoring. I mean, it's a bit mean, but it is probably true. Right, let's get that. Again, I'd like that to be a 6 so that these things get stored over there reasonably fast. Okay, in terms of research now, what do we want? The electric grill wouldn't be a bad thing. But if we can get up to sanitation, that would be much, much better, I would say. No, let's go for artistic expression because people are starting to have increasingly high desires for the beauty, and not matching that is causing people to have issues. So we need to get that sorted. What's the air like right now? Still pretty nice, actually. Really nice. This is a massive CO2 sink, though, and that's gonna continue to be a problem for us. I really actually kind of would like that to be manned. Can I move that further around? Everyone, that's fine. I would like it if Leafin would prioritize operating, just to cool this room down a bit. There we go. Let's get some cool air in there. It uses a bit of water, but it does drop the temperature very slowly. So we'll see this starting to cool that air out a bit, which is good. What we can do... Can we make insulated tiles? I don't think making the insulated tiles out of dirt is really going to make much of a difference, as it happens. Do we have any pillar? There's some abyssalite right up there. If we could get to that abyssalite, we could mine through. There's abyssalite down there. There's abyssalite over here as well. If we can access that abyssalite, it's going to be a huge help for us. Yeah, let's try and do that. Let's bring this ladder all the way down. We're going to go for a priority of 6. So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4. Floor would be there. Ugh. Damn it. Maybe I want to adjust that then. But let's mark that in so I know. So we'd have an airflow tile there. 4 down, another airflow tile. Then we run a Jeffrey's tube here. Another airflow tile. Then there'd be another floor. There we are. So technically, if we just wanted to get the abyssalite, we could go along the Jeffrey's tube area here. So let's cancel that. Now this, I want on a 6 as well. Let's get that deconstructed, and this deconstructed, and this deconstructed, because I want to push this water up an extra level on this side. Now, once we get here, are there germs over on this rock? Now, slime can push its germs elsewhere. We'd also get bleachstone, but I think bleachstone isn't quite what we want to hit. Phosphorite. Yeah, it emits chlorine. We don't really want to mess with that right now. We don't have any means of dealing with it. So let's try and avoid that for the time being. Let's just go for the abyssalite where we can. Something like that should do. Now, we lack a miner or a seasoned miner. Okay, Cassandra's 59% of the way to being a miner. So hopefully we can get there. Priorities, Cassandra. Have I got you on digging as a priority? No. So let me set that up. There we go. Wait, why is there natural gas in here? Oh, Cassandra. I bet that's what it is. Every time she farts, she's releasing a cloud of natural gas. I completely missed it. I bet that's what it is. Take care, YV. You have to get ready for Goth Prom. Oh, enjoy. Of course, the moment I start watching Aavak, my phone battery decides to drop 3% instantly. Oh, I'm sorry, KD. Leon Whitestar, I don't believe it does. I don't believe that building over a water tile deletes it. I think it just pushes it up, does it not? The threads are doing really, really well, thanks for asking. But yeah, honestly, if we could just dig into the granite that we've got around the place, then that would be the best thing for us. What do we need to mine there?
Looking dapper.
Because granite would be hard enough to resist the water anyway, so we just need to replace that stone with granite, and then we'd be okay. Because it's not actually a particularly deep reservoir. Murgle just got gifted a sub by Weird Alchemist. In older versions, building over water tile would delete the water. This should be fixed by now, Aavak. Yeah, it pushes the water up. Good, 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 good. I worried me for a moment. I was like, oh no. Oh dear, that's not great. Properties. That may eventually break. We'll see. I mean, ultimately, having this all be granite would be great as well. We can apparently dig into the granite here without any particular difficulty. So, sure. Let's dig into that right now while we're here. Oh, no, 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 no. We don't want to dig anywhere near that because it'll spread its germs everywhere. Sandra's doing a great job and gaining ability fairly quickly. Alright, what's the temperature up here? It's getting a lot better now. It's still warm, but it's getting there. If we can get an insulated tile around the outside there, then it won't matter that this is all hot, because that heat isn't going to pass through. Abyssalite basically is fantastic for that. So resistant crystalline element. Overheat temperature is bonkers. Doesn't matter. Hardness, it's nearly impenetrable. Melting point is ridiculously high. Thermal conductivity. It does not conduct thermal energy. So we're fine.
Looking dapper.
And we have enough granite now to run that along. And we are going to push it up. Probably up to... I don't know. See, this is the thing. We could push it down instead and just make lots more... Well... There's part of me that does want to do that. There is a part of me that wants to do it. Yeah, okay. Just make that out of granite then. And Weird Alchemist just gifted a sub to KD as well. Oh my lord, Weird Alchemist. Right. Please put some tea in chat to thank Weird Alchemist for their impossible levels of generosity during the stream today. And yesterday as well. Oh, is Leafin heading off? Take care, Leafin. Let's get that done. Heat is creeping up. We do need to isolate that, otherwise we're never going to make any progress. But we need to get Cassandra up to the point where she can manage that first. And people are gradually getting more and more unhappy with things as they are. Apple Fumble jumping straight into the latrine whilst it's being disinfected. Actually, I kind of want that to be a 7 priority. There we go. Let's get all of this replaced if we can. Try and dig that before someone builds the roof. Otherwise, someone's going to get their head stuck in it. We know it's going to happen that way. Currently, this is just sandstone. So it's not particularly strong. But this is now granite, which is particularly strong. We don't have to worry about that anymore. Not much air down here, though. That is something we have to worry about. Oh, what? Oh, damn it. Actually, one thing we can do, thinking about it, actually, yes, delete all of that. We're going to replace that with sandstone. Then we're going to move this ladder across by 1. Like so. Then we're going to delete that ladder, replace that with sandstone, then replace the outer walls with granite. Thereby getting the resistance that I want. Also pushing the water levels up a little bit. And we've got a new dupe ready. We're low enough on food that I'd rather not do that for now. Let's focus on other things for the time being. The air down here is super bad though. Right, research is complete. Ceiling lamp, lamp, and a flower pot. Let's get some nice things going. Now, light reduces duplicant stress and is required to grow certain plants. That's nice. But what I would really like are some flower pots. Get a flower pot. The opening of the doors. Something like that will do. We could also have some lights in here if I really wanted. I'm not sure if my duplicants are going to get stressed at night in there. I don't think that's necessarily going to be a big thing. So I'm not going to worry about it too much. Let's just get some flower pots where they sleep though. Yeah, tiles generally don't look different. At least the stone tiles, not in my experience. They don't tend to have a different appearance. Don't know how I was deconstructing that one. We need to start work on a reservoir for grey water, really. Now, what I'm thinking is we can have the polluted water and the cleaned polluted water. Or... Okay, here's my plan. We're going to have a small reservoir for polluted water, leading into a very shallow reservoir of clean water that will have passed through a sieve. That clean water is going to be being heated up to beyond 75 degrees. And then pulled out of there and sent into the main reservoir area. Maybe. We'll see. I don't know. It's a bit of a tricky one, really. Because what you'd really want is you'd want the water to be moved along. Is it anyone who plays the game who happens to know, is there a sensor that can tell you if there are germs in the water? Because what we could do is we could have a system that waits until the water's clean before it pumps it into the main reservoir. That might work. Alternatively, you can just have grey water. So you've got polluted water that gets turned into clean water, but it is still full of food poisoning, and then it just gets used for your washing and well, that sounds bad, but lavatories and showers and the like. You could use a temp sensor and a timer? I guess so.
Looking
That's
dapper.
definitely something we could do. Congratulations on the sub there, Order Knight. Gifted by Weird Alchemist, of course. Aavak, in my honest opinion, to avoid heating the water and instead feed it into the system that don't care about the germs. Well, there is that, but the problem with that is that you generally produce more water that way. Though, well, I guess... If you can't find a steam geyser, if you find a steam geyser, then you're okay. But if you can't find a steam geyser, or if you haven't found one yet, then it's not as good. Right. Let's get those built first, and let's cancel the deconstruction here. Because the problem exists in that if you don't have a steam geyser, then you're not producing more clean water. And eventually you're going to get to a point where you have to have water coming in from somewhere. Now, you could get that from the fertilizer synthesizers, which take polluted water and produce natural gas and steam. The steam's obviously free of the polluted, the food poisoning germs. But you produce very small amounts of steam that way. I guess with enough of them, you'd be alright. But then you're straight back to where am I getting the polluted water from? It seems that without a geyser, you need to make use of the fact that you produce slightly more polluted water than you use in the system. So, for example, when they're using the lavatory, you'll produce more polluted water than clean water went in. So you've potentially got a system that'll keep giving you more and more water. There is a germ sensor. Thank you very much, Sangiri. Thank you very much indeed. That is fantastic. Oh wait, Zangiri, did you mean there is or there is not? Because LMC is saying there is no germ center, and LMC does seem quite knowledgeable about the game. Also, I've just got to go and put a little bit more wax on my braces because they're starting to cut my cheek. Not long now, and I can get them taken out. Be right back. And I'm back. There is a germ sensor listed in the wiki. Well, you know what? We can probably easily find that. Where would automation be? Okay, so we've got clock sensor, germ sensor. There we are. Active standby depending on quantity of surrounding germs. Perfect. So we can have a germ sensor in a pool of water that has been heated up to the point where the germs are dying. That will only activate a pump that will take out that water when the germs are below a certain threshold. That would actually work quite well, I think. Did I have to pay for my braces? Yeah, I did. That's Guy Kaida. Oh. What happened? Vanished for a second. Because I wouldn't mind setting up something like that through automation. I think that would actually be kind of cool. Boop, 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 boop. You might want to put the sensor in 4 places in the tank and use logic gates to make sure all 4 are reading clean. Well, I'd probably not read clean. You see, because the trick is to start killing the germs in clean water. Because the food poisoning germs cannot... if we find somewhere which has food poisoning germs, that's fine. Germs, there we go. Food poisoning germs. It can only multiply if it's on an edible object or it's in polluted water. So, if the germs are... If the place where you're trying to kill them is not in polluted water and isn't food, then you're cutting down how hard you're going to be working against it. It's kind of like the way your body works. I believe, now there's lots of different theories on it, but one of the theories about why your body will go into fever mode when it's fighting an infection is because quite a lot of bacteria and germs and things like that struggle to reproduce. They don't die in high temperatures. There's quite a lot of them that don't die until the temperature gets quite high, but they're outside their ideal breeding environment if the environment gets too hot. And so you're cutting back the amount of work that your immune system is having to do to try and fight it back. Because if your immune system is killing them, but they're breeding as fast as the immune system's killing them, it's a stalemate. But if they can't breed, then every part of the infection your immune system kills is one step closer to defeating the infection completely. And so if we sieve it into effectively infected clean water, then at that point no more germs are being bred. And if the water is also... it actually only survives in polluted dirt or genetic ooze. So outside of... It's inhibited by liquid. If it's in clean water, it's going to be dying slowly anyway. If that water also happens to be outside of its temperature range, it'll be dying very, very quickly. So, you don't actually need it to be completely clean. You just need it to be so clean that everything that's going to be pumped out is realistically going to be dead before a duplicate consumes it. Or it's going to be in such small amounts. Because the objective isn't to make the infection 0, it's just to make it so low that your immune system is more than capable of dealing with what's left. Take care, waterproof bubbles. LMC, I know that you've got your way that you like to play, but I don't know, I kind of like playing through the game in different ways. For example, there's a way of perhaps you're just not aware that there's a way of heating it for just 120 watts. You don't need a liquid tepidizer, you can just use a space heater and chlorine gas. Because chlorine gas has such a low thermal conductivity rating that you can effectively keep that gas from heating up fast enough, which means the space heater has to get hotter and hotter and hotter, because the space heater will stop heating once the gas around it is at a certain temperature. But if the gas around it is chlorine gas, that gas isn't going to get hot very quickly. So the space heater is going to generate so much heat, it'll boil off the liquid that it's sat in. At that point, there is now oxygen steam around it, which is a gas that heats up quickly. Obviously, it's already super hot because it's just become steam. At that point, the space heater will turn off, which means the space heater's never going to damage itself. You're doing all of that for just 120 watts instead of using a liquid tepidizer, which is like 900 watts, to heat it up only to 85. I mean, you can easily just purge it with steam. So, I mean, I know you're against the whole idea of heating it because you prefer the idea of just having grey water, but there's lots of clever ways that you can do it. And I don't know. The whole thing about playing Oni for me is doing stuff in clever little ways. Props to Brothgar, by the way, for that space heater method for cleaning things. It's not the power you're concerned about. Oh, okay. Fair enough. You... sopping wet. Yeah, okay, well... there's not too much I can do about it. You've also got diarrhea. I have been watching Brothgar myself, Aavak. Yeah, I found Brothgar a while ago, actually. Before I decided to start playing Oni again, I just really like his content, honestly. I really like the way Brothgar does, like, Oni science videos. I like his commentary. I just like the way he presents the stuff he does. He's a really, really cool creator. Will water evaporate if it's placed in low enough pressure environment? I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I don't think so. Because you can literally have a vacuum. That being said, I've never seen water in a vacuum. Well, no, I think I may have. At any rate, I don't think water boils off in a vacuum. Which is a shame. I don't think it does in game. Obviously, it does in real life, but... yeah, Mystic, it does. It absolutely has a system to turn water into steam. It's just, I don't think it does it due to pressure. It does it due to temperature, definitely, but I'm not sure it does it due to pressure. I could be wrong, though. Lady Caitlina, this is just fluid dynamics the game, isn't it? I just realised. It may be. Leafin is now a master gopher. Well done, Leafin. Being a master gopher, you've got +2 to your strength and plus 400 kilo carrying capacity. Now, I believe Leafin has that permanently now. Let's actually find out. Let's make Leafin an apprentice architect instead. Actually, no, let's make Leafin an apprentice miner instead. There we go. Right, let's go. Well, as soon as Leafin changes his job, we'll go and check out whether that has changed as well. But just to be absolutely clear, there is quite a lot to be said about just having a grey water system. There's lots of things that don't care about the food poisoning in the water. So, for example, like I said, you can just pump. It has to be clean water, so you do have to exchange it from polluted water to clean water, but you can then use that clean water to just pump back through your sinks and your shower, your latrine, or rather your lavatory. You can also use it as polluted water for any of the plants that require that as their fertilizer. I think there's like a cloth plant that requires polluted water as fertilizer. Using the germy clean water, the grey water we'll call it from now on, would pass that on, the germs. So for example, if you use that in food that doesn't actually affect it, but if you use it in something like an electrolyzer, the oxygen the electrolyzer produces, and I imagine the hydrogen as well, would have the food poisoning germ in it. But food poisoning doesn't survive in air very well. Anyway, it'll die quickly. It might become a problem if you're doing a lot of it, but overall, I would say you're probably okay. All right, Leafin, I want to have a quick look at you. Skills. What's your strength at? Your strength is 2, and that's from being a gopher. Okay, that's actually pretty cool. That's really cool. Very firm material mining. Leafin gained the skill while working as apprentice miner. That is absolutely awesome. I'm so glad that that's the case.
Dapper.
Lone Ranger, yeah, I said that it does in real life, but I'm not sure if it does in the game. I've never seen it happen in the game. I'm fairly certain that there have been times when there has been a water chamber that was in vacuum, but it was liquid water. I'm fairly certain that the water would just basically boil off in a complete vacuum. Oh, poor Apple Fumble just got hit by by Nightbot being a little bit overzealous. But thank you very much once again, Weird Alchemist, for gifting a sub to Verified Nutcase. Wow, a Verified Nutcase. Have to try very hard for that, I imagine. Ritual Source. I have seen liquid water in vacuum chambers in game, but that was a few updates ago. Maybe they've changed it, but I don't think they have. I don't think that does affect it yet, at the very least. Yeah, we've got a couple of people with high stress. I need to make somewhere where they can go to de-stress then. Where would be a good place for this? You know what? We can do it up here. So let's get that going. So dirt, I want this to be done reasonably quickly. And I would like this place to be pretty nice, actually. Let me get these briar seeds. And copy settings. There we go. Right, I'm going to want much the same, actually. Let me quickly get that changed. And the door as well. I will want furniture, plant pot, there. I will then want massage cots. Let's go for 2, shall we? I think so. 2 massage cots. And another one right there. At that point, I think that's enough of a room for us. We don't need anything more than that. Let's actually cancel that one because I am going to want airflow. There we are. Have we actually mined into the... No, we haven't yet. You're so close. Very close. Almost ready to become a true 100% miner. You would like to know how many sub points we are away from the next emote? I will tell you. I will tell you. We are 5 sub points away from the next emote. Seriously, guys, I cannot believe you're doing that. Thank you so much. Right, let's get all of this going. We may actually build some more sleeping quarters over there, perhaps. I'm going to need more places for plants soon, actually. could do it up here. Yeah, we could have a new area for plants up there. It's not particularly good in here. I do need to get that insulation sooner rather than later. We're also going to need the digging to be happening at level, say level 6 along there, but a 7 along the top. That should allow them to reach all of that as they're going. Hello, Aavak, do you ever join voice channels? Yes, I do. Absolutely. Speak to your views in your Discord. Yeah, quite often, actually. Sometimes I even join it to sing. Sometimes I join it just to read books. Depends, really. Now, I'm going to want this place to be super chill. So I am going to want ceiling lights in here. Now, I think just having one ceiling light there should be enough. Yeah, it will be. Okay. Right, well, given that then, I'm also going to want this heading all the way up top. There we go. Might as well build this on that side. We're going to need, unfortunately, this one little cable, which isn't doing too great. I need more people who can operate, really.
Looking dapper.
There we go. Oh, thank you once again, Weed Alchemist. Mel724 just got a subscription. Oh my lord, you're gonna wear out everyone's emoticons in chat at this rate. Right, I may stop requesting research for a little bit once the next bit is done. Yeah, we'll just get artistic expression. We'll get that one done, and then I'll let them have a rest for a bit from doing any more of that. Now, how are the germs over here? Good. Slime germs are a little bit worrisome. Right, I believe, yeah, Cassandra has mastered the apprentice miner job, which means that Cassandra now has +2 to digging, and Cassandra is going to immediately get the miner dig job, which will allow them to mine abyssalite, which is going to be fantastically important. Poor Cassandra still got stress. What's going on there? Are you alright? You got no surface germs.
Looking dapper.
Your immune system's doing fine. You're holding your stomach pretty tightly. Are you hungry? You might be. I have no idea. Maybe you just really, really needed to go to the toilet. Glad you're washing your hands though. That's very, very important. Let me have a quick look at the priorities that people have got right now. 7, cool. I'm gonna make this a 7 as well. Let's make that a 7 too. Generally, these things I want to be fairly high priority. That should be good enough, I'd say. High stress, yes. Got a lot of people at high stress at this point. Apple Fumble is... I mean, it's not saying that Apple Fumble is sick. Don't know why they're looking that way. Go and eat. Is that what the problem was? Didn't enjoy that. It's now got diarrhea. Well, don't look particularly good. She's a stress vomiter and she's stressed. Ah, of course. Thank you very much, LMC. And welcome to the subs. Lorasta, thank you very much, Sweet Alchemist. High stress changes their walking animation based on their stress response. Right. That makes sense. Well, you know what? Let's get this room done as a bit of a higher priority, shall we? Womp. Actually, no. Let's let you do all of that. The speed that you're doing it. It's fine. You carry on. Leafin's getting plenty of power generated. Well done, Leafin. Mastered the research assistant job. Well done. Let's actually have a look at that. As a result, research assistant. Trait researching, +2 to learning, capable of performing research jobs. Now, if I take that away, will you still have it?
Dapper.
So wouldn't mind you being able to do a little bit more. Let's actually change you and see how that goes. Go ahead. And Kerox just subscribed. Thank you very much, Kerox. Please put some tea in chat for Kerox. Don't worry, soon we'll have ferret emotes and everything.
Looking dapper.
And Zion XCX just got gifted a sub by Weird Alchemist. We must be dead. It's okay, you can calm yourselves. No more needed. I love how they take their hats off at night and just store them underneath. Though, it's odd how their hairstyles all change. Well, actually, only some of them do, but the hairstyles change at night, which is a bit weird. It is crazy. I just look in chat and I just see this list of sub badges. That was the last one, was it? Let me go and have a look. Womp, womp, womp. Indeed, it was. Oh my lord. Oh my goodness. Absolutely crazy sauce. Thank you so much, everyone. New emotes. What's the next one? I don't know. I'm afraid of telling you. But the next emote. Well, actually, we may in fact have enough. I'll have to double check because I've been in touch with someone to get some emotes made, and I'll have to have a look. But should there be enough now, we may even see a multi-part emote. Can we perhaps get Plonk? Oh, I just didn't get that set up. My bad. Womp. Womp. There we go. I should make people look at, be a little bit happier. Leafin, doing a good job there. Keeping that running well. There you go. I'm super worried about you being down here, considering how stressed you are. You could be sick in our water supply. That would just make me cry. After all of the effort that we went to get it. Let's see if we can't just get all of this sorted, eh? Sandra's basically doing this entire room by themselves. Well done. Got a cat snake mode? I will. The Loop just gifted a sub to Gunmim. Thank you very much, The Loop. Right, let's get this copied across. Copy settings, right there, that'll do. I am going to need to have access up here to put in the last few bits and bobs. So let's make that happen. And at this point, realistically, we can just get all of the rest of this done as a very high priority. Yeah. Thank you very much, Leafin. But I really like that system. I just didn't realize it was that way inclined. Ooh. Why are these not working? Have we run out of algae? I haven't been paying enough attention. We've got 7 tons of algae. Scallywags? Right, okay, I see. Haven't made them high enough priority. Clearly. Probably actually going to want oxygen over here as well, actually, for the same reason then. Let's get that done. Oh, actually, no, that is on a 7, so should be done. Cassandra is favouring digging, but as soon as that dig job... Well, actually, no, Cassandra can keep going, really. So let's go and have a look at priorities. Who's got priorities for building? No one. Well, Cassandra does, but... I'm going to have to take care of that. We'll see shortly. There we go. Good. Let's get these done. Once those are done, then we should see the dupes being able to go and chill out for a bit. Maybe, possibly. Yep, straight in there. It's like, oh my god, I'm losing my mind. There we go. At least some people are gonna get chilled out. Okay, we should start seeing a couple of things going on now. Gonna have some noms. Muckroots don't matter because you can't grow those ourselves. There we are. Well done, Cassandra. A little bit more to be done. That was a very short rest. Wow, really? People are not taking enough time out. We are almost done with artistic expression, though. Now, one quick question I have is, do these things draw power even when they're not active? Like, if someone isn't using the micro musher, does it draw power? Because if so, that's a bit of a problem. Still at it, Mr. Aavak. Amazing. Oh, I'm going to be at this for several hours, I imagine. What priority are these? They're not actually a priority. That's a bit of a shame. Okay, well, people should rush in there and ideally have a bit of a break. They certainly need it. There we go. Getting the algae delivered. Good. Definitely need these running pretty much non-stop, considering. There we go. Now let's get another algae deoxidizer up here. And hook that up as well. What's wrong with Apple's face? She looks really sick. She's just really stressed. Super duper stressed.
Looking dapper.
Sekhmet just subscribed. Welcome to the Dabblings. Please put some tea in chat for Sekhmet. Still making me want a damn milkshake. There we go. Batteries are charging a little bit better. Okay. Stress is starting to get sorted somewhat. Actually, I'll have a look at the vitals. Decor expectation. Yeah, we need to sort that out. But let's have a look at you. Oh, you're holding the breath update. Yeah, that's not great. That's not going to be unstressing you. Let's be honest. It's not going to be unstressing you. I'm having a great massage. I can hold my breath. Worth it. Best massage ever. I don't think that's how it's going to be playing out, really.